And we are live, and the doors of the Sanctum have been unlocked and opened for bonus show for the week. Welcome, everyone, to the Sanctum Sanctorum. I am your illustrious host, Widow's Son. With me today is my awesome co-host, The Wanderer, and we have the incredible pleasure of being joined by one of the most awesome YouTube content creators ever, Miss Burnt Toast. She has come to join us today in the Sanctum to talk about herself, her content, her channel, and just whatever she wants to talk about. Today's her day here. So, Miss Burnt Toast, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. The pleasure is once again indeed all ours. Wanderer, how are you, my friend?
I got an exam tomorrow and I'm shitting myself, but hey, I'm fine.
You know, they make adult diapers for that.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to invest. I'll invest in the stock market.
Well, I mean, I guess when you're in school, I mean, that's one of the main things that you should probably look into, especially if you haven't really studied that much. So it looks like
I worked my ass off this week studying, like, a lot.
Looks like everyone's starting to pile in here. Faith is here, Vacuum's here, Zabrak, Sterno, Rage, and Scud is here. Welcome, everyone. Let's see, wait a minute. What's Vacuum saying? Wait a second. I can't hear since Fortunate Son is currently blaring in my... Well, hey, man. Look, I mean, there's nothing wrong with listening to Creedence. I mean, the dude likes Creedence. I mean... and he hates the fucking Eagles. So there you go. So we should all be so, you know, we should all aspire to be like the dude. I mean, I know I try to, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So Miss Toast, if you don't mind me calling you that. So I have to know, and I've been watching your channel for quite some time now. Absolutely love the content, especially you know, if I mean, because it's not only fun, but it's also very informative, and it's also straight to the point. You know, just calling people out for their shit, which I really, really do appreciate. But I have to know, where does the name come from?
It's kind of a boring story. Like there's no there's no crazy climax to this. Basically, before I made a channel, like I started this channel, I think I posted my first video at the end of November 2019. So it's been almost a year. And prior to that, I was just one of these people. I didn't really engage. I didn't comment. I didn't like sign in. I just kind of watched random stuff. And I didn't really, I didn't post anything. I wasn't commenting or anything. And so I was talking to somebody. This was so like way before I even thought about making a channel. I was joking around with this other friend of mine, and what we were doing is we were coming up with really stupid stock accounts. And like she came up with something and I'd come up with something. And it was just kind of an inside joke. And then somehow we got on the subject of food related names. And I guess I just came up with like I literally went to like a public domain site and typed in food and a picture of toast in a toaster. It was like the cheesiest clip art ever. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to pick that. And it was just kind of like this dumb joke. And so then we moved on and I forgot all about having that account. And so fast forward to October 2019, when I kind of stumbled upon Shani's channel. And then later in the end of November, when I was like, you know what, I'm going to call this bitch out and I'm going to start making videos, even though I had never made a video before in my life. I was like, I'm just going to grab whatever account I already had, because I was still kind of new to how YouTube worked. Because like I said, I had always watched videos of random things, but never actually signed in and did anything. And so I just kind of used it, not even thinking that anybody was going to watch. It was just a bunch of clips put together in like iMovie. It wasn't even all that great. I had no idea what I was doing. And I I don't know. I just I posted it and I was like, okay, I feel a little bit better. Maybe one person will see it. And I woke up the next morning and I had 10 subs. I was like, what? And so I had all these people saying, yes, can you please just kind of like show? Because what I started doing is I'd be like, okay, here's a clip of what she did and what she said this week. And this is what she said and did last week. And you decide if she's a liar. And so that's just kind of to the point what I did. And then people started liking it because it wasn't, I was just, like you said, I was just kind of to the point, and then I could just sort of started adding comedy to it. And it just kind of got really fun to make all these lols cows butthurt and watch them get all mad because I use their own words against them. Because what are they going to say? You know, it's their videos.
Well, that's, you know, I've been, like I said, I've been watching and let's wonder, what are you spewing here? Let's see, burnt toast story arc. Let's see, gargantuan nuclear blast shoots toaster flying into window right in front of her. Toast was burnt. The end.
See, I like his story so much better. That's so much more interesting.
Well,
it's the canonical story arc.
See, I love that. I'm gonna use that. Be like, yes, that's my story.
There you go. Or you could, you could always say, you know, like you were like having breakfast at like some restaurant near like a nuclear power plant, and you know, there you go. I mean, and suddenly everything became clear.
Well, how I got this particular avatar, I had the other like weird clip art one for months. And then a couple of months ago, I was on the Hannibal and Monty show, and Monty is he's a comic book artist. And he's like, oh, I've got to draw you an avatar. And I was like, okay, sure. And he sent me this, and I was like, this is so good. I love it. And so he basically made me this avatar, and he made the banner that I have on my Twitter account and on my channel. And so I like this way better than the really crappy clip art that I was using before. So.
Well, Wanderer is responsible for the banner that you see on our channel, and also the avatar that I'm using, and he actually created for me. And normally, you know, I'm not sure what happened to his power armor that he wears, but at one point it was pink, and now it suddenly became black. He's never explained to me exactly what happened, but I guess it's the spoils of war, as it were.
I can explain that.
Okay, go ahead.
I will explain. I started listening to Typo Negative, and it had a really good effect on my overall tastes. So I just decided to paint my armor black. Thank you very much for listening.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. So how did you become aware of Shani? Like was it just like something that just popped up in like, cause I'm like you, when I first got on YouTube, like I had a channel, I just didn't do anything with it. I was mostly just signed into it so I could, you know, save videos that I wanted to go back and watch later and all of this. So, and basically I just used it for music. And then once I got into meeting, you know, of course, you know, my mentor, Sir Hatman, you know, guys like him and Stu Dog and everybody, they just kind of, you know, inspired me to start doing content. Did she just like pop up in your feed one day, like random, or did like you go seek her out, or what?
No, I had like the term lols cow was completely foreign to me. All these other channels that I'm now connected to, not even on my radar, had never heard them before. I didn't know any of these people, and I didn't even know she existed. And it was just one of those things where I think it was sometime in either the very end of September, early October of 2019. It just sort of came up on my recommended. And I think what was happening right about that time was when she was really pissed at G-Man. And she was making these videos where she was saying the N-word, hard ER, like 30 times in video after video after video after video. And that right there catapulted her from having like 300 subs to over 1,000. And she actually bragged about it in a later video. Haha, G-Man, I got to 1,000 subs by calling you the N-word. And so that's how she kind of came onto my radar. And I started watching her and I was like, this lady is crazy. Like, what is wrong with her? And so I went, like, I was in her chat and I was just talking to her, and then not talking to her, but I was like I was commenting in the chat. I was trying to figure out who she was and what this was all about, because this was just beyond outrageous. Like, she was purposely trying to like get this person G-Man to get mad at her. And I was like, what is this lady doing? And so what happened was she started claiming tribal status to a nation. And I was like, okay, come on. And so I told her, I was like, look, I'm an indigenous woman. Like, I'm an enrolled member of a tribe. I was like, I'm telling you right now, you can't just claim tribal status. Like, I think around the same time, Elizabeth Warren had claimed to be Cherokee or something, because, that's what they always claim, right? They're Cherokee princess or something. And the Cherokee Nation in North Carolina actually sent her a letter and was like, knock it off and apologize. Don't ever say it again. Like, they actually sent her a cease and desist letter.
Right. That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah. And I think she did get, there was like some press conference where she was like, I apologize. I didn't realize what I was saying. And it's just, people don't realize that we are actual nations of people. Like, right. You can't just claim citizenship to a nation because you saw some cute little Disney movie. And so I was trying to explain to her, I was like, look, you're getting a lot of attention right now. Your views are ridiculously high, and you keep claiming this and you're going to get in trouble with because she actually named a nation. She actually named a tribe. And I was like, they're going to send you a cease and desist letter. Like, you can't do that. And she went off on me. She like said all this racist shit to me. And she was just going off, and she banned me knowing that I wouldn't be able to defend myself. And she was just going on and on and on. I was like, okay, now I'm going to figure out who you are. And so I literally typed her name in the search bar on YouTube, and it was hundreds of videos, her own videos, and then other videos that people had either archived or had done commentary to for years. And I was like, wow, there's so much here. Also, what was happening during that time is that there were two other content creators that I had just found and I had just subbed to. One was Charlie Gold, and the other one was another woman named Life of a Free Spirit. I'm not really in that side of YouTube. It was out of curiosity, because they do commentary on women who are like, 500, 600 pounds and do like mukbangs. And so it was just a sort of a curiosity thing for me. But Shani then claimed, she showed up on camera one day and claimed she had a sling on her arm, and claimed that a, quote, group of black men had jumped her, that these two women had sent these men to her to jump her because she had said the N-word. And so because she had falsely accused them, Shani then started saying she was going to sue them and that she got a lawyer, and she was like making all these threats about doxing them and getting them fired from their job and all this stuff. And so like Life of a Free Spirit, she actually ended up like consulting a lawyer because she was so scared that Shani was actually going to do some of this stuff. And so at some point, I don't know who it was, somebody used a FOIA request and found out the police report about what actually happened to her, and it had nothing to do with them being jumped. It was Rev committed a hit and run in the bus lane of an elementary school,
right?
With a child in a car. Yeah,
right.
So
I remember seeing that in one of your videos too.
Yeah.
Which, one of the things that I found funny when I was going back, and well, not really funny, but I'm just thinking they're going out of their way to steal all of this information. I'm like, you do realize that police reports and things like that are public knowledge.
Yeah.
You can go pretty much anywhere and get a copy of any police report on anyone that you want once it's in their system. I mean, I don't know why you're, you know,
Yeah. And the thing,
it had to be a lot to take in, like once you started like really watching all of that.
yes, it was so much. And that's why it took me until the very end of November to kind of collect my thoughts to the point where I was like, okay, I'm going to make a clip. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to focus on this one particular thing today. Because it was a lot, it was just an amazing amount of information. I go on Twitter and my Twitter feed would just be full of her police reports, and there was body cam footage coming out from a domestic violence. And I was like, good Lord, this lady's crazy. And every time I turned around, I would find out something about her that I was like, this is scum of the earth. This is scum of the earth, people,
Wait, what? We're glossing over a hit and run? Yeah, the people that come in here in our chat every week, I mean, they're like, you should, when you get a chance to go, and I'll have to find the episode and send you the link to it. But the day that we did the first installment of Scumbags of YouTube, and we were talking about her, the chat was literally just on fire. Like, not only like me and Wanderer and Doc and all of us, cracking jokes, but I mean the chat was just, they were on the ball with it. And I think that's actually, Wanderer, was it you that came up with the land whale remark?
I think that was you. I came up with the third eye thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was telling you to take your laser cannon and try to remove it for her.
Wanderer's laser removal surgery using an AR-14 laser rifle.
So I mean, did it not? Because I know, like you were saying, it was so overwhelming, like looking at all of this content about her and everything. I mean, did you have? Really, I'm figuring like you have to take a step back on a regular basis just to keep from it, like just kind of overtaking, not like everything, but just like mentally, it can be really draining.
Yeah, I mean, when I sit down and watch all these videos of people who they're abusing kids, they're racist, they're toxic, they're slandering people, they're lying, they're just the worst humans you could possibly come up with. That negativity does get to you. And so, I've always, from the very beginning, made YouTube a very, very small percentage of the rest of my life. So like I make sure that it stays that way. So I have time usually in the evenings where I sit down and sort of watch videos. And a lot of times I can't watch some of these people, like just sit and just, watch in front of I can't do it. So I'm listening, watching as I'm driving somewhere, or I'm listening while I'm cooking dinner or playing a game or walking my dog or whatever, because I can't, like, it's so infuriating sometimes, the things that they say. I'm just like, you fucking liar, like that's such a lie, and you have to kind of like, I can't just sit and watch. So I do other things while I'm watching, so I don't go completely and crazy and like throw my computer out the window.
Or like Wanderer and spill a drink on it.
Fuck, don't remind me.
Well, it seemed like the perfect time to bring that up. I mean, she's talking about throwing a computer out the window or maybe drowning it in a bathtub, and you spill a drink on your computer. So,
all right, bro, let me explain the science behind this, because even I don't understand what happened. So I was taking a sip of my drink. I was like, hey, it's pre-show time. What's up, Toast? What's up, Widows? Yeah, let's have a good time before my exam tomorrow, so I'm not like crying myself to sleep. I take a sip of my drink. I kick back a little, and somehow when I'm putting my drink down, part of the drink literally hops out of my glass and lands straight on my keyboard. And I was like, how did that happen? And then I was like, oh no, I've done the oopsie. I need to go clean this up. So that's That's kind of what happened.
I mean, what exactly are you drinking that just suddenly sprouted a mind of its own? Is my question.
It was Pepsi.
Maybe Pepsi over in England is like different than it is over here in America. Like I don't know. I mean, because if it's just jumping out of your cup, dude, I mean, you really should rethink your beverage choices.
It's Flubber. I love that movie.
You should watch the original with Jerry Lewis. So now, I mean, I know because you've come across like so many, and because of you and Hatman and everybody like that, like I've found G-Man and Jesus is Lord and Von Helton. Oh God, don't even get me started on Von Helton.
Yeah.
No, I was actually he was doing a live stream. I think it was on Halloween. Yeah, it was on Halloween, because after we wrapped up, like I actually saw he was live, and I'm like, okay, I'll bite. And I made the mistake of doing that, and it honestly was just the ramblings of a borderline. Honestly, I think it was probably like the ramblings of a borderline dementia patient. And I did find it funny that he claims to have an Asian girlfriend who is apparently a diplomat. I don't know if you caught that or not, but man.
Yeah, I caught the last half of it when I was like playing the game and stuff, and then I went back and watched the first half. Yeah, he's nuts. He's straight up nuts.
I think that's putting it in like kindly. I think that's really putting it kindly.
Yeah.
So with the videos and everything that you do now, you've got so many different styles, and I've watched practically all of them over the course of the last few weeks and everything. So the talk show format, I really enjoy that. That was a lot of fun to watch. The music videos are incredible. It's like I was telling you when I was messaging with you yesterday, just to let you know when I would be getting everything together. The toilet talk was absolutely one of the funniest things that I have ever seen, and I'm waiting on another one. I'm seriously waiting on another one. So you're doing so many different formats. I mean, that's really cool to see. But like, did you decide to do it that way, or are these just like different ideas that you've had to like just bring things to people's attention?
It's hard to explain, but because my brain is like, I'm a super creative person, and so my brain is always going 1,000 miles a minute. And when I watch a video, like I'll be watching a video of somebody and they'll say something, or they'll move a certain way, or there'll be something that happens, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have the greatest idea. And I just kind of let the creativity kind of take it where it's going to go. And a lot of times I have no idea where it's going to kind of end up, but I'll kind of get to the point where I'm like, okay, this would be really funny as a commercial, or this would be really funny as a song, or this would be really funny to do like a mock talk show. Because how the whole talk show thing happened, to be honest with you, G-Man decided to start calling me a drama investigator, which I had never even heard before. And I was like, I do comedy, so I'm not sure what I'm investigating, but okay, sure, call me whatever you want, because he's dumb. And so he started calling me and like drag and secular opinion and Grampy Lobster and the Geek. He started calling all of us drama investigators. And I was like, okay, sure. And so I was like, I'm just going to mock him, right? Because that's fun. And I made a talk show, and I named it Drama Investigator. And that's where it all came from. And I was like, I'm gonna do, and then the intro to that, I was thinking of that MTV The Hills show that was like back in, yeah. And so I was like, that was very like soap opera drama. So I'll just, do something that kind of reminds people of that. And then I just sort of added, sarcastic things in the intro, and then the rest is history.
Honestly, I think I've just had a great idea that you should maybe look into and possibly try. You're talking about the MTV show The Hills, like doing the intro style to that, and that was pretty much a cringeworthy show to watch because, I mean, let's face it, MTV has gone downhill since they quit actually playing music.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing a Jersey Shore style intro?
That's actually a pretty good idea. Because to be quite honest with you, I'm wanting to make a video on Vaughn because he has royally pissed me off. And he has said some things recently where I'm just like, I'm gonna point some things out. And so I was thinking about doing like a show or something with him, but I'm still kind of, it's still in my brain. It hasn't really kind of made its way out yet, though.
It just use, and Hatman says, G-Man, a 2-time, soon to be 3-time COTM winner. Well, it looks like we know who got the award again this month. So I'm looking for, I watching Hatman stuff is awesome because he's like you. He just goes straight for the throat and he doesn't give a fuck. So that's so yeah, I'll be looking for that COTM video when it comes out. But yeah, you were just talking about that, and I'm just like, what is the other most cringiest show that MTV has ever done? And immediately I was just like, a Jersey Shore style intro would be absolutely perfect. Because let's face it, I mean, those are some of the most cringiest motherfuckers on the planet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would watch them and just like shudder and be like, "Oh, is this what it has become?" And if I didn't actually like watch it, be like, "Oh, I can't wait for the episode to come out," and like I would just kind of watch it. And,
now you think that now Wander and I actually had this discussion not too long ago. They have a version of that where he's from, where he lives.
Oh, really?
Oh. Geordie Show. Fucking bunch of fucking Newcastle people. It's just a bunch of people from Newcastle. It's like, shut up, you're from Newcastle.
I don't know what the reference is to Newcastle, but I'm assuming it's just as bad as Jersey Shore.
Newcastle's a shithole. It's just a shithole. Just like the rest of my goddamn country. I think the only place I like is Sheffield.
Well, no, because and I told him, a friend of mine actually sent me the intro to that version of it, and I sat and watched that, and I literally felt like I needed to go take a shower after I just watched the intro. I mean, it's so fucking bad. Oh, it's so bad. It's enough to make you, just thinking about it's enough to make you want to have to go take a shower. So, but because I could see that like just kind of flashing up on the screen, and then like you have Shani and Rev and G-Man and Von Helton and whoever else could fit into one of the other, however many of those motherfuckers were actually on that show, who knows? Because they all kind of, all look the same a little bit, spray tans and too much hair gel. Honestly, it looks like.
Sorry to interrupt. I'll be 1 second. Bobby's barking his head off.
All right, no problem. That's why I'm glad I have cats. They just want attention when they want it, and as long as you keep their food bowl clean, their litter box clean, give them water and treats and all of that, they just sleep. So, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. So now with now with all of the people that you look into, now actually, an interesting thing is I've actually been I am blocked in Shani's live chat whenever she is still, well, she's basically trying to simulcast, I guess, between YouTube and Twitch now. I've been blocked on her main channel. I've been blocked by her on Twitter, and I've been blocked by Rev on Twitter. And the block from Rev actually just recently happened. Um, because I pointed out to him on one of the last tweets that I saw before he blocked me. He's like, we're moving away from YouTube and we're solely going to Twitch. And I'm just like, no, you're not. And then I pointed out, I'm just like, leaving YouTube means you don't upload anything to YouTube.
Yep.
And the second I said that, I got a block.
Yeah.
And the reason that she blocked me was she posted something about walking on fire is a pagan ritual. And I just made the comment, I said, it's no different than Christians who handle snakes. And I immediately got blocked. I'm like, wow, logic and common sense really do escape you people, doesn't it?
Yeah. See, the thing about Rev, and this is the reason why everybody calls him Cuck Boy.
Yeah.
You know, because he calls himself Metatron. I call him Metacuck. Yeah. So the reason is so to sort of understand like who Rev is. He's an only child, and he comes from money, and I don't know what his parents did, but they had a lot of money, and they also had money in like stocks and things from years ago, tons of money. And his father died, I think, when he was like 7. And his mother was very overbearing. She had a lot of very weird paranoia about the outside world, and she kept him very sheltered. And he's not that bright. He barely passed high school. Shani only has an 11th grade education, by the way. So all the times that she claims that she has a psychology degree, it's bullshit. So Rev never went to college. He just kind of stayed in the house with his mom, like where he grew up in Pennsylvania. This is all public knowledge. He talks about it all the time. I'm not doxing him. And he just sat there and just started drinking, and he drank and drank and drank and smoked and smoked and smoked to the point where he was like a chain smoker and a like knockdown, like wasted, like horrific drunk. He would get on, I wasn't around for this, but he would get on, I guess he was in like the great debate community or whatever. And he would get on streams, and sometimes he'd be really docile and nice. And other times he would be super drunk and yell and scream at people. And he was just, he was all over the place. And then his mother died, and he continued to drink. And now he lives off of all of her money. And he's never had a job his entire life, ever. Not at a fast food restaurant, as like a teenager. So this is someone who has severe like arrested development. Like he's a 12-year-old child basically, and he's very narcissistic, and he's very he gets his fifis hurt really easily. His skin is like thin like a grape. You know, you look at him or you disagree with him with anything, and he gets all like his panties in a wad, and he doesn't understand that, you know, real friends, you know, kind of tease each other sometimes, and that's okay. He doesn't understand that. He's always had things handed to him. He's always been like, well, I want that, so he just buys it. And so he's never known hard work. He's never known any of that. And he was a virgin who had like basically no life. His whole life was just ranting on the internet and smoking one after the other, and then drinking until he would pass out. And so Shani saw him online, and she started grooming him. She was actually talking to him while she was married to her second husband.
Right.
So Chris is so cringy.
Right.
Oh,
I mean,
so that's how they met.
Well, I remember like in my small investigation into what I know about them now. that was one of the things that I would keep seeing is like, you know, and then of course, you know, Shani denies it. It's just like, no, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that. And you know, I don't quite get, like, there's videos of it everywhere. Why are you denying this?
Yeah.
That, you know, that's like, um, and I guess Wanderer will be back in a little bit. I don't know. I guess maybe his
Oh,
computer.
I'm already here. I just ended quietly because I didn't want to interrupt.
You sneaky bastard. Look, your armor is supposed to make noise. You're not a ninja, okay?
I can do both.
You
It's not a phase, dude. I can be both.
So when you're you know, coming up with an idea for, I mean, I know you said it's like movements or things they say or anything like that. The music videos, like, how did you decide to start doing that?
I don't even know. I'm trying to think of what the first one is. Let me go to my channel really quick. Let's see. Music videos.
Because I was watching the Geek Room episode from yesterday, because I had dozed off before they went live, and then I went and watched it, and they were saying like they played like one of your music videos on their show, and apparently they got a strike for it somehow.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, because I haven't gotten a strike, and other people have played it, and I didn't get a strike. So that was news to me. I feel really bad. I told Frank, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry about that. But yeah. So what started it was Shani and Rev said this was when they were not friends with G-Man. This was before they started paying him and he started defending them. And she was like, oh, I never talk about him, ever. Like, I don't even think about him. And everybody was just laughing because I'm just like, she can't do a single stream without mentioning his name. And so I painstakingly went through about 6 months of her videos and clipped out the 2 seconds where she said G-Man in all of her videos.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I strung it together and put it behind music, and people were like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. And then I was like, you know, what if I did like an actual music video? But I was like, I don't know what I would do it about. And then I think I did the cat piss video.
Oh,
because they did this like super long live stream where they got just high out of their mind, and she pulled her bra off camera and then smelled it on camera and then threw it across the room, and Rev smelled it and was like, it smells like cat piss. And I was just dying, and everybody in the audience was like, what the, you know. And then later, she got mad and she made him do a retraction video. I think he was in that stupid bathroom, and he was like, okay, guys, so like, I didn't mean to say cat piss. I meant to see like pheromones. And he just was like making it worse and worse. And so I just made that into a music video, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really fun. And then he said the baby carrot thing, and I made a video about that. And then it's just kind of grown from there.
That one was absolutely hilarious. You know, I've watched a lot of like parody music videos and stuff over the years and all of that. I have honestly never laughed that hard at a video like that ever. Like, honestly, I literally couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard.
Thank you.
But no, and I did see Stu Dog here. Sorry, Stu Dog. How's it going, my man? And yes, his armor is stealth armor, but at the same time, he didn't tell us that he was here. It's weird. It's just creepy, man.
No, I wasn't trying to. I was trying to be polite. I was just like not interrupting.
Yeah. See,
I do have a question though.
Well, he's British. I mean, he has man.
Fuck you. Just because I'm British. This racism will not stand. I do have a question for Toth though.
Yeah, go
when it comes to the tribal shit, did you like what exactly did she say then? What did she say she was?
She said that she was a member of the Mohawk Nation.
Ooh.
Oh, that
And I was
doesn't
like,
sound very good.
No, because I know, like, her mother is Italian and Irish, and her father is Scotch-Irish with some English. Like, she is straight up European. And I tried to tell her, I was like, why are you not investigating the rich history that you come from and be proud of that? Why not learn your languages? Talk about the food, maybe visit Ireland or England or whatever, and just be proud of that. Why are you trying to subvert somebody else's culture and you're making an ass out of yourself? Because the stuff that she was saying was ridiculous. And she got really angry, and she was basically saying that that basically we're only good for two things: fighting and fucking. She said that we're just a bunch of mean savages, and that's all we're good for. And then she started talking about this story about supposedly dating this guy back when she was like 20, who supposedly had a big whatever. And she was just talking about, and come to find out, the story isn't even true. She just completely made it up. But that's what she does when she's talking about people who are, I guess, not white. She's either super angry and saying mean things and racist things, or she over sexualizes them. Like, she doesn't know how to have like a decent conversation with someone who's different than her. And it blows my mind, because like, she just did that quote unquote native mukbang earlier this month, and I roasted her on a live stream for it, and it's dumb. Like, she had a chicken wrap with ranch, and she was like, "This is native food," and I was like, "Girl, no."
I was watching that.
No.
Oh God, and I was watching that, and I honestly, I'm like, why? Because listen to what she was saying was bad enough, but like, why am I sitting watching this land whale like eat herself into an early grave, and then Rev comes in from the corner and there's just ranch everywhere, and at that point I was like, oh,
and he's stuffing it in his face, and he's like, "I feel like a savage eating this shit," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, shut up."
No, honestly, it looked like he had just had a load blown on his face. Like, I mean,
you have
I drowned
no
myself
idea.
in the sea of ranch.
So somebody took a screenshot of that, and that spawned a plethora of memes. Like, you have no idea. In my entire Discord, like all these servers that I'm in, it was just meme after meme after meme of him with this white stuff coming out of his face and all over his beard. It was so gross.
Oh, bro.
Like, listen, I don't get these people claiming to be Native American things. Like, I can do what I want because, Stu Dog, you have a point. You do make a very good point. But yeah, I was watching that and I'm thinking, okay, first of all, Native American food is usually like, if they're going to have like a restaurant or something kind of like that, they're typically going to open them up on a reservation. Possibly. I mean, I have no clue whether that's true or not. I'm just saying that just as an example. But at the same time, if you clearly know that it's not something, don't try to make it something else,
Yeah.
But oh God, just like watching her eat was bad enough, but then just seeing, and like it was all over his fingers and his face, and I'm just like, Jesus.
They were
Christ,
eating
dude.
this in their bed.
I know.
They were spilling it everywhere.
I know,
dude. The ranch bed.
Ranch bed.
No, no, it wasn't just the ranch.
Ladies, one at a time, ladies, on the ranch bed.
And they started calling it Native Ranch, and so it's been kind of this joke now. Somebody's even made a sock account that was like Native American Native Ranch, and so people were buying a Hidden Valley Ranch bottles and like making like photoshopping a label on there and like sending it to me. I mean, it's just so stupid, and I'm just like, she had okay. So this is what she had. It was basically like Tex-Mex, I guess, but like more American. It was a chicken wrap, and then she had sour cream, barbecue sauce, ranch, and cheese sauce. And it was basically a chicken wrap, and then she had like stuffed bell peppers and like French fry. None of it was Mexican. None of it was indigenous. Like I was like, I don't know what kind of restaurant that was, but no. Not at all. No. Like, and I was trying to explain to people, like, we didn't eat chicken, like tradition, like back in the day, we didn't have chicken. Right. Okay. So no, we didn't have dairy. We didn't have ranch. That ranch was, I had to look this up because I was curious. Ranch was invented by a rancher, which is where it got its name. And I think it became popular in like 1820 or something, but it was invented by like a white guy. And so I don't know where she gets this whole idea that we invented ranch.
Yeah,
so weird.
Cowboys.
you know us crazy white people coming up with all kinds of sauces and shit. So,
like, I'm all for
like
sauces,
really
but we didn't invent it.
I really want to draw, or like Photoshop like an image of the ranch bed, but I feel like that would look really suspicious on my hard drive, so I'm gonna have to pass.
No, what you could do is just take a picture of like a bed from like a catalog or something, and then like kind of maybe like Photoshop like a Hidden Valley logo as the bedspread. and then make the pillows like just put like small bottles of Hidden Valley Ranches, like, you know, like throw pillows on it. Ranch bed.
Let's go. Hellman's original mayonnaise bed.
Oh Lord, we're gonna start a line of sauce beds. So everyone, be sure to sign up for your favorite sauce bed, where we'll be offering mayonnaise, ranch, Dijon mustard, and coming soon, honey barbecue. So,
dude, Bonk's begging me not to do the ranch bed.
And coming soon,
also, and you'll like it.
And coming soon also, bacon ranch. But that's still in the works. That's still in the works.
Burger sauce bed.
So now, one of the people that we have actually talked about a little bit on this show, because, you know, in the episodes that you've watched, you know, we talk about a lot of different things, and, you know, we have different people on, like Hatman's been on, and, you know, Wanderer was on before he became a co-host, and we had Dumkey on a couple of weeks ago, and we just, you know, talk about everybody's content and have a few laughs and everything like that. But now, one person that we do a little segment on every once in a while is a guy by the name of Jared Genesis.
Don't do this to me again. I won't be able to smell him through the screen.
No, we're not. No, we're not doing Beta Boy Theater 4000, okay? Because Doc is
so scared.
Because Doc is in charge of the Beta Boy Theater, and he's not here today, so we're not going to be doing that. Have you heard of this guy before?
No, but I'm listening. Please share with the class.
Thank you, Mr.
Java Genesis. I can sum it up really, really good.
Okay.
Alpha Genesis, pedophile. Thank you for listening.
Oh.
No, this guy has had like he's no longer on YouTube at the moment. He is in his mid-30s. Lives with his parents and off of his elderly parents. Doesn't have a job, doesn't have a girlfriend. And he's obsessed with Ninja Turtles and all kinds of shit. And at one point, like, he would just make the most. Honestly, I mean, the level of cringe coming off of this douchebag is just. It's like Wanderer said, you can literally smell him through the goddamn screen. Um, so he got, like, if you just go onto YouTube and just look, like, type in Jared Genesis, like, I mean, there's commentary videos and archive videos and all this other kind of shit. But about, I want to say it's been about a year and a half ago, maybe, I'm not sure. He was on a live stream, and basically what he said was um that he didn't care about age. He would date anyone. And basically he started saying, like, 8-year-olds can consent and 11-year-olds can consent and all of this. And he was so unapologetic for it.
Wow.
Yeah. But he was doxxed. Like, people were sending pizzas to his house. The cops would come and do, like, he claims he was swatted, but what was actually occurring, because if you're swatted, like basically they're going to kick your damn door in,
Yeah.
hold you at gunpoint. Basically what they were doing was welfare checks, was what it was.
Yeah.
And what he does is he's basically like and he's chunky too, but he's not like land whale size. There's small, medium, large, and then land whale. He basically, he'll say and do things, and then he'll immediately go back and backtrack, or he'll double and triple down. And so he finally got pulled. Like, I mean, there's a video of him where he was live streaming, and he, like, threatened to beat his dad's ass if he came. Yeah. So but he got pulled off the internet, but he got grounded from the internet by mommy. He's in his 30s and he still gets grounded.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Dude, for reference, I am 17 years old, 18 in February, and I've been grounded since I was like 13. For reference.
Right. But you know that if you fucked up bad enough that you were getting grounded, or something, they would probably take your power armor from you.
That cannot happen. No, I'll commit severe war crimes and they can't even, like, take that shit off me. It's glued to my arm. It's glued to my arms, dude.
But yeah, he's in his 30s. He still gets grounded by mommy and daddy and all this other kind of stuff. And this guy, you're talking about somebody who, he had one channel that made it to over 1,000 subs. He was monetized.
Really?
He was actually getting super chats. Shabisky was restreaming his live stream one night, and the video of this is on YouTube, and I was actually watching live the night that this happened. I had Shabisky's stream pulled up on my my TV on my Fire Stick, and I was watching Jared's stream on my computer. And I'm like, okay, because some shit show is about to happen. Hang on, let's see what Hatman says. I'm 40 and haven't been grounded since I got divorced.
Damn, dude.
So Shabisky was restreaming his live stream, and the people in Jared's chat are just like, he's restreaming your live stream, dude. You got to do something about this. The idiot pulls up Pornhub on his live stream, and he's giving Shabisky clear warning that he's about to do this. He's just like, I could pull up some Pornhub and get his whole channel taken down. And I'm like, you're giving him clear warning about what you're about to do. So Shabisky literally pauses Jared's live stream on his, and actually, let me see if I can find it. I'll just play it for you. Give me just a second.
Well, this guy sounds like a real winner, huh?
I think and I mean he's not on YouTube anymore, and there's a ton of content. I think I've given you some more content for yourself. So I would love to see that actually.
Well, he can put some moves too. Like he is the most masterful kung fu master I think I've ever seen.
God.
I sense some sarcasm there.
Oh,
is there sarcasm in that?
Oh no, he could kick my ass for real.
Oh no, there's massive sarcasm because the guy looks like a monkey on acid with a spastic disorder.
Not for real. He could definitely kick my ass. I think one touch, if he like even hits my helmet, I would go flying and smash through a fence. It's just how it is.
If y'all could hear that, I'm sorry. It was a fucking commercial. I'm trying to get this pulled up. My Chromebook and when I'm trying to do all of this, I'm in the midst of trying to get a new computer at the moment. All right, so I've got it queued up here. I hope the audio will come through. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
I'm on my headset, so I'm hoping the audio will come through. If I need to mute while this is going on, I will. Toast, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go full screen with this. All right.
The complaint about his trolls is very funny, though. Yeah, there's
Yeah, we can hear it fine.
Stuff that he doesn't even like.
Are we just going to ignore the guy's 69,000 subscribers? That's epic. Oh, this is the clip where he's like gonna pull up the thingy in it.
Dude, he's so stupid. He's so stupid. Listen to him. He's like, if I played some Pornhub, I'd really get him in trouble. What the fuck?
Let's just say if I brought up some Pornhub right now, ooh, that would not be good for him. Yo, bro.
Yeah, let me just tell my opponent what I'm going to do before I do it.
Still podcast, dude. You want to see some Pornhub? I'll do it, bro. Hey, Shabisky, this one's for you, homie. Enjoy this strike.
Well, this didn't age well.
Is he doing it? Is he really doing it? Is he really showing Pornhub?
Fully edged moments.
I'm not gonna play. Dude, it looks like he is doing it.
All right, Kush, what are you into, bro? You like gangbang?
Every time I watch this, it brings such a smile to my face.
Wow, that's a lot of dumb. Wow.
No!
The guy on live stream like cuts away. He's like, "All right, what you into, Jabisky?" It's like,
all right, no. One of the best parts coming up now. The backstory to this was the channel that he had that was monetized. He was getting super chats from people that I honestly don't know why they were sending him money. This was the channel that he did this on. So he did this. Well, just watch, and then I'll finish it.
We got him. How y'all liking this, bitch?
He's on Pornhub? Dude, I got Jared to go on Pornhub on live stream. He's so dumb. He's so dumb. Wait, I didn't even get him to do it. He got him to do it. It's like somebody said earlier that fucking Jared just trolls himself. He's sitting over there trolling himself, playing porn on his fucking video. Oh my god.
pictures taken before disaster.
No way. That's too much.
I just gave your homie a strike.
Pictures taken away moments before disaster.
Somebody fucking. I'm not gonna unpause it here. Here, I'll unpause it by like where you guys can't see it.
I love it. I love this part. Hang on,
Yeah, he's playing Pornhub right now.
right here.
There's titties on watching it. Oh,
Quote of the day. There's titties on his screen.
it's too good. Now watch him come to my stream and see that I haven't been playing it at all. What? We got him, man. What do you mean you got me, man?
We got him, bro.
What? So yeah, that never happened. YouTube can't see that at all. No, I didn't get any of it because I'm not a dumbass. You gave me a clear warning ahead of time.
He ain't watching. Oh, did you turn it off? Okay. Little pussy, turn it off.
And that fucking just sick mohawk. Ugh,
What
dude.
is that on the top of his
Yeah,
head?
I was gonna mention. I like your cut, G. Jesus
Wait,
Lord.
look.
Taken down.
Watch.
The account has been terminated. Oh my god! No, you killed this guy.
Pog epic win. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I got Jared Genesis fucking channel banned. No way. Dude, he was trying to
That's
get
the best
me
thing.
taken down. Dude. Today is a legendary day. Not only did his stream get taken down, his whole channel terminated. This
Yikes.
is crazy. This is crazy, dude.
Yeah, so that was his monetized channel. He lost all of those super chats that he was getting.
Wow.
And he only did it because he thought that he was going to get Shabisky taken down.
Wow.
Intelligence one moment. Dude,
Oh,
this guy.
Wow, that's so wow.
Yeah,
I don't
but
even
you're
know I don't know what to say. That's just so dumb. Yeah.
Like I said, just search on YouTube for Jared Genesis, and as a matter of fact, there's an archive channel that I can send to you in a DM on Discord. And I'll do that right now while we're talking.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's not on YouTube anymore, thank God. But the guy's, I mean, he's been caught sending inappropriate pictures to underage girls. He's been honeypotted. He's done it to, like, decoys and stuff like that, which is against the law,
Yeah.
And so somebody just got sick of it and just reached out to his mommy and daddy, and they pulled him off the internet again. So
That is beyond pathetic. Wow. Wow.
So yeah, there you go.
He definitely sleeps on the Hellman's original mayonnaise bed. Just saying.
No, I think that's more of a disgusting form of ranch bed, is what that is.
Mm-hmm.
We may not want to make this too gross, otherwise, Toast is going to leave us and just be like, "Oh God, those guys are sick, man." So why the hell did I go on that guy's show?
Nothing really surprises me much anymore. I mean, look at the videos that I watch. Like all these people, yeah, especially with Shani. I mean, her and Rev are so disgusting. I can't even. Nothing phases me anymore.
I think this guy could probably throw you for a loop, because, like, once you get a look at the bedroom and everything like that he stays in, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Because, I mean, it literally looks like he lives in a goddamn trash heap. All right, I just sent you the link to that archive channel. And then, of course, I mean, you can find commentary videos. I mean, Hatman's done a couple. Stu Dog has done one or two, I think. let's see who else. Let's see, Hatman, Stew Dog. Uh, do you watch the Surviving Life channel, Ron Swanson?
No.
Um, he does like, serious commentary, like exposing, um, child groomers and stuff like that. I highly recommend this channel. His content's really, really good.
Okay.
Does a lot of deep web investigating and things like that. I mean, his channel, it really has blown up over like the last year or so. But yeah, so there you go. There's some more, what a view at your own cringe level, whatever that may be set at now that you've had to deal with Shani and Rev. They're, Rev looking like he had a, bukkake fest with a ranch bottle, and, Shani looking like a, Free Willy, just like beached and with a third eye. So there you go.
It's Sandalard. Okay.
No, Sandolphin. I thought it was Sandolphin.
Yeah, I call her Sandalard.
We actually we discussed
there's always
or Sandal
the moral,
phone or whatever.
The moral of the story is that there's always a deeper level to hell, and especially when it comes to lolcows on the internet.
Yeah.
Think,
but go ahead.
All painful surface level, and then you get like lower down. It's like Shani. Then you've got like people like Shani, Alpha Genesis and stuff like that, and then the very bottom. Lord knows what's like in there. I don't know.
Oh man, and that picture and video that she did for Halloween. I mean, it looked. I mean, honestly, that was Jesus Christ. I mean, that looked like the. Honestly, my quote for it was, "Is this what it looks like when a rainbow takes a shit?" Because I mean, that makeup and everything. Just, I mean, it.
What's so sad about that too is she has bragged about spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on makeup. All of that is like Jeffree Star stuff. Like it.
Oh, she endorses Jeffree Star?
Oh, yes.
So
as a general,
on, dude.
Yeah. See, just as a general rule, if somebody's a super scumbag, Shani's probably on their side. It's like Shani also defends Vaughn and G-Man, of course. And she also defends Onision. And she defends Jeffree Star. And she defends a lot of these larger women that do mukbangs who are really abusive to their animals, and they're racist, and they're super, super toxic, and they troll their own audience, and they're just terrible people. And then one of the things that a lot of people got upset about 6 months to a year ago is she did this huge, long, like super long live stream where she was defending Charles Manson.
Wow.
Okay, that's where I draw the line, Chief. All right.
She says that he's innocent, that he was framed. And it's basically, you think of any serial killer or any bad person that's ever done anything just, objectively bad, she's going to defend them.
Did you ever hear of the Ted Bundy stan problem on Twitter?
I heard something about it, but I don't really know much about it.
She's definitely one of those. Basically, people used to make like a Ted Bundy stan accounts and stuff. You know how you get like the K-pop fan accounts? It was basically those, but with Ted Bundy. And people like saying he did nothing wrong, and they want Ted Bundy to like kidnap them and whatever. I was like, well, what the fuck? Okay.
There was some like really crazy girl on YouTube at one point who was like in love with one of the Columbine shooters.
Oh,
like
bruh.
She was like thoroughly obsessed with one of the Columbine shooters, and had like pictures of him like all over her bedroom, and like pillows made of him. And
are you kidding? That's so weird. Wow.
Man,
dude,
I just
like, I draw the line when somebody's obsessed with the living embodiment of pumped up kicks. Just saying.
I mean, like, if you want to be obsessed with something, find something that's entertaining and logical, for that matter. Music is a good place to start. cover your fucking walls in like band posters and shit, or books, or movies.
The Weezer Blue album.
Weezer Blue album. Go for it. Just like, paint your walls the color of that album cover, and just you can live inside of it 24 hours a day.
You live in the vinyl casing.
Yeah, you live in a vinyl casing with a ranch bed. So, so now I was asking you with the music videos and everything about like where you got because honestly I was seriously thinking like you made the music yourself, and I'm just like, if this girl is making that kind of music for these music videos, she is definitely the shit. But you were saying it's a YouTube jukebox or something?
Yeah, so I mean, full disclosure, I am a musician, so I would love to, if I had the money to have all the equipment, I would love to kind of fool around with making beats. Never done beats before, but hey, why not? Never made videos before, and that seemed to work out okay. So I would love to get into that to see if I can kind of make my own stuff. But what I just simply did, because I don't like, unlike some of these other people like Vaughn and Rev that have all this money, I don't come for money. So like if I can get it free, that's what I'm going to use. And so if you go into YouTube Studio, they have an audio library in there. And a lot of it's terrible, like full disclosure, a lot of it's really bad. But there is some good stuff in there, and you sort of have to kind of think outside the box. So a lot of times when I'm doing like weird commercials and stuff, you don't really think about the music because it fits. But when you hear it in there, it may be like, oh, I can't use that for anything. That's terrible. But then you think, oh, actually, because I'll actually go through there about once a month and sort of download a whole bunch at one time. And I'll hear something and I'm like, that's terrible. But that would be really cringy to put in a commercial. Or that's terrible, but it would be really funny to play against the backdrop of somebody doing something really ridiculous. And so you just have to sort of think that way. And then also when I find a beat or something that I like on there, I'll just go ahead and download it, even though I don't really have plans for it. And then when I want to make a song, I go into my computer, into that file, and kind of pick, because I know that all of them are already, quote, YouTube approved. So I'm not going to get a strike, and they're free copyright, and I didn't have to pay for them. And I always make sure that I use the filter no attribution, so I don't have to remember who wrote what and write all this stuff in the description. So I just kind of pick something, and when I decide to make a song, I actually start working on the video first, and I sort of get sort of a concept in my head of what I want, and then I'll just start going through my library, and if I don't find something that I like, then I'll go back to YouTube. Now, so far, I have not had to go to one of these sites where you pay like a monthly fee and get like a copyright-free license. Haven't needed to do that yet, but there probably will be a day that I will maybe want to make a video and can't find exactly the music that I'm looking for. Oftentimes I'll put music in sort of a rough outline of a video, and I'll keep switching it out until I find the one that I think is just perfect. And then that's when I start lining everything up with the beat and all that stuff. So that's kind of how I do it.
Well, I was going to say, because some of the videos that I've seen before, and I haven't really looked into a lot of the archive channels. Excuse me. I was going to say, if you could find like a bunch of clips of like her screaming, you could get like a death metal beat and make like a shanty death metal video of just her like shrieking at the top of her lungs over shit. Like I would so watch that. I would probably like listen to that while I'm driving in my car. And then when people ask me, what is that you're listening to? I'll just be like, oh, it's and then I just come up with like just some like random brutal, like it's called Landwell Slaughter is what it's called.
Oh my gosh. But I also like I'll layer stuff, because so I'll find like the basic like just plain beat that I find. And then there's other sites where you can get like free sound effects and stuff like that. And I just sort of let my creativity just do its thing. I don't try to control it. And I'll layer on different sounds, different sound effects. And it always seems to kind of work out, I guess. And the black video that I just uploaded last night, I have been toying with that for like a month because I found the music that I wanted and I found the basic outline of like the chorus and stuff. But then I hit a brick wall and I was like, I can't think of anything. So I just literally just walked away and was like doing other things. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, I come home from something and it was like my brain was like, and it just kept going. And so I just sat down and knocked it out in just like 2 hours. I was like, what in the world? But that's just kind of that's how it's always been with me when it comes to stuff like this. Sometimes it flows really fast and sometimes it just takes time,
I was going to say, you got to love those moments in life where your brain just literally like smacks you in the back of the head. Like, what was Gibbs from NCIS, he just slapped somebody on the back of the head and it's like, oh, wait a minute, okay, now I can go and do this. Trust me, I love to read. I'm big into philosophy and studying things like Freemasonry and stuff like that. And I've actually had a couple of research papers published. And I'm like you, like I will get a basic idea for one or for something, and then I'll start making notes and researching and typing everything out, and then I'll hit a wall and I'm just like, okay, I don't know what to do. And then I'll stare at it for like weeks. And then I'll come back to it and it's just like, oh, so, but you're right. I mean, you got to let your creativity do what it's going to do in its own time. You can't, if you force it, then it doesn't really work. So,
yeah. And there's channels that actually do, like, I didn't even realize that I was making something that already had a genre. Because apparently there's an entire genre on YouTube where people will take like cringy, crazy videos on the internet and remix them into a music video. And apparently that's already a thing. Like I didn't invent that. And there's other people that actually do their own beat and stuff. Like Hannibal and Monty, they've done some songs. They actually do their own songs. And Hannibal is an incredible like music producer and stuff. He's insane. He's talented. Like he's crazy. And he makes his own beats. And I'm just in all of that because I'm like, man, I would love to get into that. But right now I just don't have the equipment. So I'm just going to enjoy watching their videos and I'll just use the free stuff that I find, But yeah, I think that it'd be awesome to go in that direction eventually.
I did see that one that they did, where they were mixing it in, and she was just, and they kind of turned her voice down a little bit. She's like, "I love black people."
Yeah,
I'm like, wow. And I think they actually use that as like an intro now. I think maybe.
Yeah, a lot of channels that do commentary on crazy people on the internet, they'll use music videos from various people, and they'll use that as like an intro to their show. I've had people contact me and ask permission to use some of the songs that I've done as intros for their show. And so like I said, I just kind of started making it. I didn't even realize that it was so popular.
Mm-hmm.
They've also done, Hannibal Monty also did one on this guy named D-Roy, he's another weirdo. And they
aren't we all in some way? Aren't we all a weirdo?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
I take pride.
Like for instance, there's actually a lot of Lulz cows that I'm sub to that I would never make a video on, because even though they do weird things and they're very eccentric, they're basically nice people.
Right.
Like Cobes, King Cobra, that guy.
Yeah, I was sitting at work one night because I work an overnight shift most of the time, and he basically let a live stream roll for like 7 hours, and like maybe 3 of that or 4 of it he was asleep,
Yeah.
and people were still sending him money, and I'm like, dude, you're getting paid to sleep right now. I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
So,
Like he does these weird like cooking videos where he puts Doritos in literally everything. And it's funny. And like you'll see some of these other channels like the Geek Room and stuff, they'll review his videos, but if you notice, they don't really go in on him like they do some of the other people. And it's because Cobes is a nice guy. You know, he doesn't attack people. He doesn't even really talk about anybody else. He just kind of does his own thing.
right.
And he's not lying. He's not a racist. He doesn't abuse kids, you know, like he just has his own little weird thing. And I also respect him too, because recently I think there was something about him being evicted from his apartment. And he, like, I have mad respect for him because he got on camera with like 200 live viewers watching him on live stream and basically said, hey guys, I fucked up. This is not anybody's fault but my own. I'm going to take responsibility for it. I'll be okay. I'm really bummed that I have to like deal with this, but I can't blame anybody but myself because I knew better and I did it anyway. And I was like, wow, I like this guy. And that right there is a perfect example of why I'm never going to make a video about him, because he's cool. And there's lots of other people that I watch and they're funny to watch, but I leave them alone because they don't bother anybody, you know?
You should watch some of Wanderer's content. It's pretty cringy too. I'm kidding.
Dude, bro.
I'm kidding. That's why I just said I was kidding, man. That video, our other co-host, Dr. Cyrus Oblivion, and I do apologize that he couldn't be here. He had to work today, and but when Wanderer first started just interacting with us in the chat before we had him on as a guest, and then brought him in as a co-host, he would just give Doc so much shit, just all the time, and I could never figure out why. And then when I brought him on, it just got even worse. And then I'm like, me and Doc talked, and we were just like, okay, we're gonna bring him in. We're gonna make him our new co-host, because Stu Dog was with us for a while, and Stu Dog does his own content, and you know, much. And as always, guys, everyone in the chat, much love to Stu Dog, because I mean, Stu Dog will always be a huge part of our channel because we love him to death. And so we had a verbal, basically like a verbal play, I guess, like a verbal wrestling match between Doc and Wanderer. And Wanderer actually made a video calling Doc out, and it was great. It really, really was. And he was just like, he's like, I'm gonna, in like not so many words, he's just basically like, you know what, I'm gonna kick your ass, man, and you're gonna take it and like it, and you know. But yeah, Wanderer's content's great. I watch it as often as I possibly can. So don't take offense, Wanderer. It was nothing against you.
Okay.
Really, you're gonna get mad at me now when I was just making a joke.
Widow Sus, Among Us reference. Haha, laugh.
Yes, all right, now crack a feud.
I'm currently, I apologize if I sound kind of out of it. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm trying to search through every single Facebook comment I've wrote in groups and remove any of them that use the word retard, because I got into some really heated arguments recently, and some guy just got banned for using that word. So I want to be a part of the Halo Facebook groups.
Hey, live your best life.
Exactly. So Miss Toast, when you're not fighting the war against the cows, what do you do in your spare time?
I imagine it's something to do with toast.
No, I'm just a normal person. Like, I have a job, I have a family, I have friends, just a normal life. Like it's nothing spectacular or anything. So.
Oh, come on. There's got to be some fun and adventure somewhere.
Toast review.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm just a normal person. I go to work and I have kids and I have friends that I hang out with, and it's just like I said, I'm not. Yeah.
I mean, with the content and everything you do, and as much laughter and everything that you bring to people, and information about these people, calling them out on their shit. I mean, you're like a YouTube superhero almost. Like that should be.
I wouldn't go that far.
I was going to say that should be your next avatar. Is like the same one that you have now, just with a cape. just with a cape.
I got a question. So your avatar, does it levitate, or does it like hop across the ground, or use toasters to launch itself?
I move. Well, that's a good question. I levitate.
Let's go.
I fly
Minecraft
around.
creative mode.
Well, and I was just about to say, just go with levitate, because levitate sounds so much cooler than like you just like sprout legs and just walk around. I mean, if you levitate, then you are basically defying the laws of physics. So just go with it.
Yeah, definitely
the sheer
levitate.
Power emanate from Toast's bread. I guess I could say it's like so powerful that even Shining for Christ could shoot it down with a laser eye.
She does love her carbs, but apparently not this one.
I was going to say, oh God, let's not talk about them eating again, please. I would like to actually have dinner later and not feel like I want to just run to the nearest garbage can or toilet and throw up into it. Honestly, I think I may need to not eat ranch for a while. Jesus.
Are you kidding me? Every night I just like down a bottle of ranch. Just straight up before I go to bed. It helps calm the nerves.
Coats the stomach so I don't have to puke so bad when I've got to study and I know I haven't studied enough. Oh God, that just made me think of several years ago. Me and my buddies, we used to get into this thing where we would make a bet with somebody to either eat something or drink something. Well, one night we were all hanging out, and a friend of mine had a brand new bottle of 7 Season Italian dressing in his fridge, unopened. And he went and got it, and he was like, okay, he walked over to a friend of ours. He's like, I bet you $20 that you can't drink this and keep it down for 5 minutes.
Ugh.
And I'm standing there, and 2 more of my buddies are standing there, and he's holding a brand new $20 bill out. The guy literally, he takes it, shakes it up, cracks the paper on it, unscrews it, and hands it to the guy. The guy turns it up, downs the whole thing, and he stood there. And we had a timer going on a cell phone. And he is just, oh God, he just looks like he is in absolute agony. And he's like, can I please have some water? Can I please have a beer or something like that? I'm like, no, if you want the money, you've got to keep it down.
All that for $20? For
$20.
Nope.
And after when the timer went off, my friend handed him the money, and he looked at us and he's like, can I go throw up now? And literally you could hear him from, he was on the other side of my buddy's house puking, and you could hear him.
Ew. I bet you it burned coming back up.
oh God. When he walked back around, when he came back around to where everyone was, we tossed him a bottle of water and, let him drink the water, rinse his mouth out, everything like that. And then after all of that, he was like, "Can someone give me a ride to the store? I'm going to go get another case of beer for everybody." And then he went and bought, with the $20 that he just won, he went and bought another case of beer. So, I mean, it all worked out in the end. We were entertained. He got $20, and then he bought beer for everybody. So, but the stories I could tell you of what I've witnessed at some of the parties that my friends have thrown, Jesus Christ. But it's nowhere near the levels of insanity that I've seen since I've started watching some of these weirdos on YouTube.
Well, you mentioned that you caught Vaughn live the other day. If you watch his streams, he eats in almost every single live stream. And it's disgusting.
I think I missed that part.
Yeah, there was one video I was watching, and okay, so he doesn't actually eat real food. He like orders these like microwavable dinner things, and he'll get like one that's like fake spaghetti, like it's supposed to be spaghetti, but it's like microwaved spaghetti. It's really gross, and he doesn't have teeth, and so he slurps it down using a spoon. And he pulled it out in this particular stream, and then he held it up to the camera so you can get a nice close view of whatever it was supposed to be. And he starts slurping it down on camera, and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy eats like it's so gross. Like there's gifs that people have made of him slurping down Go-Gurts because he eats these like kids SpongeBob Go-Gurts. And the stuff that he eats it's garbage. And I'm like, well, I wonder why your teeth fell out. It's like, this is, yeah. So, but he'll eat on camera, and it's so gross. It's really bad.
Bad food and meth probably. So, or,
I don't think he does meth. Otherwise, he wouldn't have
black tar heroin.
something.
He's been sporting some B cups lately, so I doubt he's doing meth.
Well, it's certainly not crack. So,
nope.
Well, it's probably black tar heroin, but
it's got some nice tatas coming in.
You send him a bra.
Go.
Send him a bra for Christmas. So, well, right now, because this is something that we do during the show, and of course, I mean, we'll get back into everything here in just a few minutes. Wanderer, you had a massive homework assignment for this particular episode,
and I am afraid to say that I got, I think it was 4 of them out of the 5 you sent me done.
Oh no, I only sent you
didn't
4.
have time. Did you only send me 4? I thought I had 5.
No, it was 4.
Well, let me see.
Wanderer is our resident music reviewer. Basically, how this started was he when we first started communicating and everything. He's into a lot of the newer hip hop stuff. And so what I've been doing is I've been sending him different records that I have been listening to. A lot of them I've been listening to for like 20 plus years, like back when I was in high school. And Lord, that was a long time ago. Jesus Christ. I mean, I just turned 39 back in September. Man. But it's like my dad used to tell me, the men in our family, we don't get older. We're like a fine wine. We just get better with age. So, and honestly, honestly, I think that's what it is, because every year that my dad's birthday would roll around, I would always ask him, I'd be like, so Dad, how old are you going to be this year? And he'd be like, 29. Like, plus how many? He'd be like, no, 29. I'll be 29. But his last birthday before he passed away, I went to see him, and I was sitting there talking to him, and I asked him every year, I said, so how old are you this year? And he said 30.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, really? I'm just like, the age clock finally moved up. He's like, yeah, I got it fixed. So, but yeah, it was his last birthday, which was the January before he passed away that November. So uh so yeah, that was it. So I don't know whether just to start telling people that I'm 29 perpetually until the day I have to go into the ground, or I just keep rolling with. I think I'm just going to keep rolling with it. Just the fermentation is slowly just taking place, so I may as well just roll with it. I mean, I'm finding gray hair in my goatee now, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. But I've been sending Wanderer records and everything like that. I think I'm slowly turning him into a metalhead. I think I'm slowly turning him into it.
I'm almost there, but you'll never get rid of that Thundercat. You'll never get rid of Thundercat. I love that dude so much.
I'm not attempting to, but the fact that the conversion has started to take place is what's awesome. I know you're a massive type. I was actually telling my brother that you're now a massive Typo Negative fan, and I've turned you into a Pantera fan. And you're all about the Deadlights and Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats and all that shit.
Fucking love Uncle Acids. I'm itching to listen to another one of those albums.
I'll probably send you their Night Creeper album here pretty soon. So
I think honestly, when the shift started happening, it kind of started when Bonk sent me the first the first ever Remo Drive song that I ever listened to was Strawberryta from Greatest Hits, and I think from that moment I've slowly started getting more into like punk and the metal and the rock and the stuff like that, more heavier stuff, and that's kind of when the shift started, like midsummer, I'd say.
So, are you a rock and roll fan, Miss Toast?
I like stuff from all genres, but I tend to like things with a beat more than metal.
I can respect that. I'm more of an old school, like when it comes to like stuff with a beat and all of that. I'm more old school with it with that. Like I like what was the one, Friends and a Bottle of
Oh no.
Oh yes, Mr. Crinkle does love his good friends and a bottle of pills. Don't ever do that again, because it just sounds wrong. I like the original, like the first like Dr. Dre albums, the first Snoop Dogg records. I'm a huge fan of the early Ice-T records and the early Ice Cube records and stuff like that. Even going back a little further, like the Sugar Hill Gang and Grandmaster Flash and stuff like that. So I'm definitely, I'm really old school when it comes to like hip hop and gangster rap and stuff like that, because I think that's really where the real stuff is, and of course, I could be wrong, but just a lot of the people that I see now, none of it really makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that I hear and I'm just like, oh, that is garbage. Like I would never like purposely listen to that, And so I don't really, what's that?
100 gex.
Or like the 6ix9ine, like I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like this is what's popular. Like, yeah. So I'm just not, and I was never really into. Yeah, and so most of the time I don't even I've literally stopped listening to the radio because I can't take it. Yeah, because they never play anything that I want to listen to. I'm like, no. And so most of the time, what I've been doing recently is I go on YouTube and I go down to this like rabbit hole of these kind of undiscovered independent artists. And I'll just kind of find this channel that will have maybe 10,000 subs or something. And I'll just sit there and listen to their music. And some of these people are so much better than the stuff that you hear, and you see people on stage at MTV Music Awards and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't understand why the people that I'm finding on YouTube that are like amazing, the songwriting and their tone and everything is just so much better than anything you would see on TV. And it just kind of blows my mind that there's so much talent out there that just isn't being paid attention to.
That's very true. Like, I don't like whenever I do listen to the radio, if it just happens to be on that setting in my car, because normally it's just on the aux setting because I just plug my phone into my stereo and just
Same.
find a record on YouTube to listen to. It's usually the same Black Sabbath songs, same Led Zeppelin songs, same Floyd songs, things like that. And I'm like, yeah, this is all great and those are great songs, but you're missing like the rest of their careers. We all know Iron Man, and we all know Wish You Were Here, and we all know, Shout at the Devil from the, Motley Crue days and all this other kind of shit. But, you're forgetting like the incredible other songs that these guys have done. And that's one thing, like with my brother I was just talking about. He's a fraternity brother of mine, lodge brother. He's always showing me new shit. Scud in our chat over here, he's turned me and Wander onto this band called Townsend, which is fucking awesome. And this band called Townsend kicks ass. Remo Drive is fucking awesome. But no, I've been sending Wanderer these records over since he's been on the show, and I love his reactions to them, because sometimes he'll get one that I know he's probably not going to like, because I want to see his reaction to it. Like the whole reference to the Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills. I'm a big Pantera fan, and their album called Far Beyond Driven has a track called Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills on it. And when he was reviewing this album, he came up to talk about that track, and just the tone in his voice shifted. And I think the first words out of his mouth were, I don't know exactly what I was listening to when this started. And
it was just like the vocalist was going, I fucked you in half. I was like, what?
So, and then I sent him one, oh God, what was the other? The Pork Soda album from Primus. And he was he was just like, it was okay, but what the fuck was I listening to the whole time? Like, so, but I agree with Toast, definitely. You find more people on YouTube with more talent than you do with these shit bags that they play on the radio. So,
yeah. And that's really what I've been doing for the last couple of years, actually, is, when I want to listen to music, I'll literally go on YouTube of all of these various people that I've subbed to, and I'll just click on their channel, listen to whatever song they dropped. And it's all different types of stuff. And it's just good vocals. It's good. Like, they'll take songs and they'll cover them. And some of these people, their covers are way better than the original. I'm just like, why am I going to listen to anything else?
Exactly. Now, if you like a good cover song, let me make a couple of recommendations for you. There's Pantera does a great cover of Planet Caravan from Black Sabbath.
That song's awesome. I love that.
Very chill, very laid back, got a real psychedelic feel to it. They actually did a cover of Cat Scratch Fever from Ted Nugent, which kicks fucking ass. I love the Nuge, but I hate his politics. If he would just do his music and keep his mouth shut the rest of the time, I'd be a huge fan.
Yeah, I don't understand all of these musicians that they just feel the need to just shove their views down everybody's throats, and it's like, I don't watch your music for this. So.
Right. I'm like, right. I'm like, I would seriously, I just want to look at him and be like, Nuge, let me talk to you. Give me
yeah. Even the ones that I maybe agree with on some things, I don't want to hear that. You're supposed to be entertainment. You're supposed to be, I want to listen to music. I don't want to listen to you go on and on about who you're going to vote for. I don't really care. Just
Exactly.
play.
Right. I would just look at it and be like, Nuge, just give us the Stranglehold record. Just give us the Free for All record. You know, don't give a shit about if you're a conservative or not. Just play your fucking music. I don't give a shit about the rest of it. There is a great cover of Cinnamon Girl, old rock and roll song called Cinnamon Girl by a band called Typo Negative. That's really, really good. But see the other thing, and see here's the other thing that I really like is somebody who can get creative with their album, like their entire album. It's not necessarily like, it's not quote unquote like a concept album, but like the whole album sticks to like kind of the theme in a way. There's a hardcore band called Bury Your Dead, and they have an album called Cover Your Tracks. The album is every song title, like the title of every song on this record is a Tom Cruise movie. And it's awesome. Like there's The Outsiders, Magnolia, Vanilla Sky, The Color of Money, Top Gun.
Wow.
But yeah, every song is a Tom Cruise movie. And I'm
Are they like a super Tom Cruise fan or?
You know, honestly, I really don't know. Like I was kind of taken back when I heard about this record. Because a guy that I used to work with was telling me about it. He was just like, man, you know, you got to check out this band, Bury Your Dead. And I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, go and listen to their album, Cover Your Tracks. And I'm just like, okay, well, what about it? And he was like, the title of every song is a Tom Cruise movie. I'm like, really? So I went and listened to the record, and I'm just like, wow, it has absolutely nothing to do with like the movie itself, but
because that was going to be my next question is like, is the Top Gun song about Top Gun? Like how did they structure it?
No, it's not like, you know, it's, this is a band, like I said, they're a hardcore band, and it's just about, you know, a lot of it's just about like sticking up for yourself and standing up and fighting back and, you know, just not taking shit from anybody, you know, the kind of stuff that, the kind of stuff you you know, you like to listen to when you're working out, you know, get you pumped, you know, like when I go for a walk, or, you know, I'm like, lifting my the dumbbells and everything that I have are clanging and banging, as The Rock says. Like I'll put on like a Bury Your Dead record or a Hatebreed record, and I'm just sitting there, it just gets you jacked. You know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah, interesting like albums and song titles and everything like that. That's something else. Like if I've never heard of a band and I just like, there God, I was trying to think of something like the whole thing with Remo Drive. I'm just like, no, I've never heard of them before. And then I went and looked at the album cover, and I'm just like, I don't know. And then I actually sat down and looked and like listened to it, and I'm like, holy shit. So yeah, there are a lot of hidden gems among us. It's just the fact that people don't recognize it is what gets me. Hang on, let's see. What is Stu Dog saying here? Politics is what solo careers are for. Bob Dylan, for example. That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you know, Bob Dylan's super talented, but a lot of his songs were just really, really out there. I mean, I think he got a little bit too heavy on the acid for a while. So
yeah.
like the little tribute they did to him in what was that, Walk Hard, where the guy was singing kind of like, you know, some of those old Bob Dylan songs, and he was just like random words and things, and I'm just like, yeah, that's Bob Dylan, all right. So Wanderer, let's hear what you got to say about your homework this week. Wanderer. Hello. Oh, He had to step away for a moment. Uh, so what does the
All right, I'm back.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's what's up?
Sorry about that. My parents came into my room and basically, like, oh, you need to go to bed early. You need to wake up at 6:30 tomorrow for your exam. Like, fuck off. I'm reviewing Paul Bauer. God damn it. Let's
All right.
see.
So let's hear your
All right,
your homework assignment.
I'll talk about Paul Bearer first. The only album I didn't get to listen to was Misfits, so I'll probably be able to do them in the future sometime. It's just I've been revising a lot, so. Visions of Burden is the first one I listened to. It was by Paul Bearer, obviously. This comes straight off the back of Sorrow and Extinction, which I really, really enjoyed. And to hear it stylistically be pretty much the same and keep that kind of really, really awesome style and feel to it was quite enjoyable in my opinion. So the opening is called Worlds Apart, and I gotta say I prefer the quieter opening of Sorrow and Extinction with Foreigner, but this song is like the living proof that the album is going to still have the themes of what made me fall in love with Paul Bearer in the first place. And it's like just that absolutely godly guitar, the bass, the drums, etc. Just everything about Paul Bearer is just amazing. So I was really looking forward to listening to the rest of this when I first heard Worlds Apart. And the vocals, in my opinion, seem to have made a slight improvement. They seem more gospel-like and layered, and it seems like more than one dude is singing. Although it's obviously like the same dude. It's like a layered kind of thing. So I quite like it. Then we have Foundations, and it's hard to distinguish this between Worlds Apart and obviously Foundations because they flow so nicely together. But it's yet another example of a god tier Paul Bearer song, in my opinion. Foundations is fantastic. Then we have Watcher in the Dark. The opening reminded me of The Legend from Sorrow and Extinction, which yet again was another fantastic song that I really liked. I thought it was godly in that the song goes on to be one of the better songs in my opinion. It gets better and better and better as it goes, and it's probably my favorite one out of the entire album. Ghost I Used to Be is the next track. Opening once again reminded me a little bit of The Legend, but it's beautifully done. And as the song goes on, it reminisces Devoid of Redemption. But in my opinion, it does it better than Devoid of Redemption. So in my opinion, Foundations of Burden is indeed a slight improvement from what the greatness that Sorrow and Extinction brought, in my opinion. Now, the last two tracks I didn't really like as much because I felt like Ashes was weirdly out of place, and it's got these weird kind of keyboard sounds at the beginning. It feels very unlike the style that Paul Bearer have come to be known to. So I wasn't too much of a fan of this one, and I'm hoping it's a little bit more of an experimental sound that they're going with. And Vanished feels eerily sad, and I don't know why, but it gives off the aura of just pure like sadness at the end. And I think it's due to the fact that it's the very last song, and I know quite a few artists listen to like the Usher and the songs towards the end of an album. And overall, I've gave Foundations of Burden an 8 out of 10.
Right on, right on. I gave Miss Toast a challenge here. If she came up with, or somebody like she's been listening to or something, to mention it to us, and then you and I can actually go back and do like a co-review. So if you've got something like a list or something that you listen to, like a certain group, be looking through it and throw one our way, because me and Wander will do a co-review every once in a while. Okay. We like a good music challenge. So tempt us with what you got. All right, Wanderer, what's next?
Next I did the Tiamat album, A Deeper Kind of Slumber.
Yeah, The Deeper Kind of Slumber. Fuck yeah, dude.
I was pleasantly surprised by this. I thought, honestly, at the beginning, I saw the album cover. I was like, the album cover doesn't really appease me much, but I'm hoping it'll be good. And honestly, as soon as I listened to Cold Seed, I was like, oh my God, This is great.
The first
So,
track on the album, yeah. That synthesizer grabs you like right away.
Yeah, oh dude, I love sounds like that. Like that's what most of the music that I listen to, that's what I crave really. The synth sounds at the beginning really got me feeling excited for this one. And I really love that type of sound. When the first vocal part comes in, the bass on that part was just absolutely phenomenal. I really, really enjoyed that part. And I thought Cold Seed was just an overall fantastic way to open the album. And then we have,
Now,
I don't know how
now
to
incidentally,
pronounce.
now
Sorry,
incidentally,
go on.
before you go on, Tiamat actually started out as like a pseudo like black metal band.
Really?
Believe it or not, yeah. Yeah, I actually
Right.
found one of their old this little city here where I live. I went to one of the local pawn shops one day and I was looking through all the used CDs and shit, and I found one of their first like black metal records in this place for like $2, and I'm like, okay, it's $2. I walked up to the counter and just like, here, take it. I gotta have
So
it.
did they have like a stylistic change, are you saying?
I think they pretty much kind of stuck to the same thing throughout the whole time. They just, kind of maybe shifted just a little bit. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna say as well, Remo Drive, their demos and Greatest Hits as well, they are very much heavier than their latest. I've listened to a little bit of I forget the name, degradation or something. I don't know. I listened to a part of that album and I really need to listen to the full thing. And as it goes on, they get progressively more kind of calmer. But
Right.
anyway, I don't know how to pronounce the name of the song. I'm gonna guess it's Tionanactyl. That's what
Close
I'm
enough.
gonna call it that. Yeah. It's a sad, like kind of slow paced sounding and pretty damn good song in my opinion, and it gets better as the song goes on. And I thought that was really, really awesome to come off the back of Cold Seed. And after that we have Trillion Zillion Centipedes. It feels like a direct kind of sequel to Tianatical or whatever it's called. And I quite like that. The kind of it's similar to what Paul Bearer did, where some of their songs just flow really, really nicely together, and you can't really tell the difference between the two. Moving on to the Desolate one, it's a really kind of wavy, in my opinion, break from the rest of the album, and I really, really dig that. That's a really nice kind of awesome break from the rest of the album, in my opinion. Then we have Atlantis as a Lover. I liked it in the beginning, however, I wasn't too much crazy about the rest of the song. Mainly vocal-wise, the vocals didn't really appeal to me too much as the song went on. Alteration X10, synth was absolutely phenomenal. And I love this song in the beginning, and the opening few notes just actually like had me hooked. I even went back, I think. I listened to Alteration X10 twice because it really felt great to listen to. So that's probably one of my favorites. Four Leary Biscuits. I don't know how to explain how I feel about this song. To be honest, I wasn't really too much of a fan. Only in My Tears It Lasts. Synth sort of bass they had in the song was absolutely phenomenal. And as soon as it came out at the beginning, I absolutely fell in love with it as soon as the beginning came on, dude. The whole Babylon is the next one. And all I have to say on this one is, by the halls of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom who once said, raise it even to the foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, how happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us? Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Do you know what that means? That's a quote from Joshua Graham from Fallout New Vegas. I had to sneak that one in there. But Halls of Babylon, great song. Absolutely great song. Kite. I thought it was pretty chill, pretty chill. I don't really have much to say on Kite, but it was pretty damn nice. The next one, Phantasma Deluxe. As I suppose it carries on that like kind of calmness. I suppose it's kind of like a calm, sad aura that the last couple songs hold, in my opinion. And it's rather nice, and it has some really excellent guitar work in there as well. Mount Marilyn, pretty awesome track. Feels almost sad. Kind of alike the previous two, like I mentioned. And then finally, we have the last song, A Deeper Kind of Slumber, named, obviously, from the album. And I like this track a lot, as it serves as an excellent closer in the style and like sound and the way the song is overall. And it takes elements that, honestly, the entire album, each and every one of the songs, each of the elements that they shine with, I feel like it takes elements from those and really slaps them together and gives you kind of like a summary almost of what the entire album sounds like, and gives you it in the form of an outro, kind of, summing it up in a nice bow tie. And I really like that. So, The Deeper Kind of Slumber, in my opinion, is a 7.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
'Cause it definitely wasn't like a one of my favorites, but it was still pretty damn good in my opinion. So that's how I feel about that one.
All right.
Either way, let me pull up Metallica. Now, this Metallica record is pretty damn good, actually. Let me pull it up here.
I was gonna say, now, Miss Toast. Now, come on, now you got to love some Metallica, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I mean, they're
old
Metallica.
old Metallica.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So-
we've all seen the pictures of Lars. He's getting on up there. And I mean, James, and Kurt Hammond have both got gray hair now, and all this other kind of like, dude, like y'all were supposed to be like immortal, weren't you? I thought all that booze y'all were consuming like back in the like the 80s and the 90s and shit would have preserved you better. I mean, come on. But poor Lars. Now keep in mind, Toast, this is Wanderer's first Metallica record that I've sent him.
It's the first one you've sent me. However, I will correct you here. It's not the first one I've listened to. The first record I ever listened to by Metallica was Ride the Lightning, which my friend from college actually sent me.
Well, pardon me all to hell.
But I liked Ride the Lightning. That was a pretty damn good record.
Now, incidentally, between Ride the Lightning and Injustice for All, which you listened to, there was a bass player change.
Oh, really?
Yes, because their original bass player, who was on Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets, awesome player by the name of Cliff Burton, who was killed on September the 26th, 1987. He was killed in a bus accident when they were over in Sweden.
Oh God!
And then from Injustice for All, Black Album, Load, Reload, it was a guy by the name of Jason Newsted. So, all right, so let's hear your first time hearing Injustice for All.
Okay, so Blackened is the opener of the album, and Blackened, honestly, in my opinion, was probably one of my favorites. Bar, it's hard to decide. I think either this one or one. Now, you sent me one before, so I've kind of like cheated there in a way. But Blackened was a fantastic opener, in my opinion. It starts off kind of calm, and I like that, before getting into some more, some more of your standard Metallica, basically. That's something I really, really like. So Blackened, awesome track. Then we get onto the title track, Injustice for All. And honestly, stylistically, there isn't really much of a change. Injustice for All, in my opinion, it sounds pretty damn good. I do enjoy the track, but it does sound obviously similar to the rest of Metallica, and I'm wondering. Now I have listened to only two, so I'm wondering if in some future Metallica records there is going to be kind of like a switch up on style. Then we get the Eye of the Beholder. This one I wasn't too crazy about. However, it was a it was a decent track. I just don't think I've really felt it, in my opinion. As you can probably tell, I don't have any notes to go off this time. Sadly, I didn't get to take any notes, but
No, you're good, man.
but then we get to one. Now, one it's a much kind of, I guess you could say, calmer, more slower paced song compared to most of the rest of the album.
Until you get to that midsection, though.
Yeah, until you get to the midsection, obviously of one, but the
honestly,
starting point.
Right, but I'm just saying. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everybody here can agree that when you hear that midsection where it's that, I mean, you can't help but just want to bang your head. I mean, come on, man. Regardless of what you listen to, if you like Metallica in any shape, form, or fashion, when you hear that, I mean, that head's immediately going to start going. I mean, it's like, when you're driving around and Bohemian Rhapsody comes on the radio. I mean, you can't help it,
Yeah. But one, I really, really enjoy the sort of slow paced and calmer beginning compared to the first 2 or 3 songs, and obviously then it gets to the side a bit more, fast paced, more energetic, and yet one overall is an absolutely fantastic track, and I can see why it's seen as sort of like an entry level Metallica song, in my opinion, because it's not exactly the heaviest, but you get probably about halfway through, then it starts getting a bit heavier. But my friend put it best. He said it's kind of like entry level. It's like rookie shit. But it's a fantastic song nonetheless. But either way, then getting on to, not gonna lie, okay. So I think I got to the shortest straw. Then that's when I had to do some chores and also had to get ready for my mum's birthday dinner, which was yesterday. And
happy birthday, Mom.
She had a good birthday, so yeah, I'm really happy that she had a nice time. Either way, so the shortest straw between, I want to say, Dyer's Eve, so like basically to the end, it's kind of a bit of a blur, so I can't really remember. However, I don't remember necessarily hearing anything that I disliked. So overall, it's hard because I do like this record.
Harvester of Sorrow. I mean, I love the whole record, but Harvester of Sorrow is like one of my favorites.
I'm gonna have to give that a re-listen because honestly, it was all, like I said, it was a bit of a blur. But I'll probably like sneak something in next week or something whenever we do the show, because I'll have a lot more time on my hands after my exams are over.
The next show will actually be taking place on the 14th because I've got a 7-day stretch coming up at work. So our next show will actually be on Saturday the 14th.
Well, that's actually perfect for me. My final mathematics exam is on the 9th, I believe. It's either the 9th or the 11th. So yeah, that's great. Yeah, next time I'll definitely have to listen from the shortest straw to Dyer's Eve and give you like kind of like a reevaluation, because honestly, being honest, I cannot really remember or recall my honest opinions on each of them. However, I do remember like the stretch as like an album. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed it. So
well, now I went ahead and sent you. Now for the next show, I know you said you still got to do the Misfits and you'll go back and finish Injustice for All, but I went ahead and sent you 2 more. So go ahead and announce those real quick.
All right. Well, before I do that, Injustice for All, for now, I'm going to name it an 8.
Okay.
It was fantastic, but obviously I do need to reevaluate some of my thoughts because I didn't quite get to listen. Either way, okay. So we have Stone Temple Pilots, and with their album Core, and Slayer, Rain and Blood. Now I do believe I've listened to Slayer before. You might have sent me one of their albums. It was a while back though.
Yeah. Well, we will get back to the music reviews on the show we're going to be doing for the 14th. But right now, so Miss Toast, please tell us, what does the future hold for your content in your channel?
I'm just gonna keep making funny videos, I guess, or at least try to.
Sorry if the music review was a little boring. We always do the music review every week, so
No, it's just that like my dogs were eating and they were being really super loud, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna mute because they're like clanging around the bowl and running out. Yeah, so it's like this is the time of day where stuff gets super crazy because the dogs are eating and the kids are hungry and blah blah blah. So
right.
I didn't want to like disturb your conversation with my dogs eating loud. So
You're fine.
but yeah, I'm just gonna keep trying to keep making funny videos, roasting these people, and enjoy making them butthurt, I guess. And I'm always looking for new people. Like I said, I've only had a channel for 11 and a half months or something like that. It's almost a year. I have lots of other people on my channel. It's not just Shani and Rev. And I would like to do even more different kinds of people. So I'm very accessible on Discord, on Twitter, on YouTube. If you have suggestions of people that you want me to check out, I am all ears. I will definitely take your suggestions, and I will just keep doing what I've been doing because people like it and I enjoy doing it. So,
well, I think Wander and we've given you like plenty of fuel with Mr. Genesis. So
yes, I'm definitely going to be checking that guy out for sure.
But I'm going to tell you, like a lot, like that archive channel. I'm not sure if there's more than one. That's the only one that I know of. But ooh, man. I mean, and to answer your question about that, what that was on the top of his head, it was supposed to be a mohawk. But if you pay very, very close attention to the progression of his streams, you'll see he'll have like different hairstyles, but he also has a very bad receding hairline.
Oh.
So a mohawk is not really something you want to attempt to pull off with a receding hairline.
Wow. Yeah, at that point, I mean, just shave your head. Just be like, I'm bald and I'm going to rock it and just be done with it, right?
That's exactly what I did. I started losing my hair. I was buzzing it down to practically nothing for a while, and then one day I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. And the shaving cream, razor, and like as soon as the first time I did it, my dad saw me and I said, well, what do you think? And I said, do you like it? And he said, well, hell yeah. Cause now I can make fun of you even more because now I've got more hair than you do. And my dad was bald. My dad had what I like to call the monk cut, just around the sides and the back. But I told him, I said, I'm like, Daddy, I love you, but I don't want to look like you on top of my head by the time I'm 30. So I just started getting rid of it. And then all my friends were just like, shit, dude, you should have been doing that years ago. It looks great. And I'm just like, well.
Yeah, there's a lot of famous people and like all kinds of people that shave their head bald. I mean, why not? It's not like it's some new social thing that's not going to be accepted.
Right. But I mean, it saves me a fortune in shampoo and haircuts.
I'm sure.
I mean, and haircuts. I mean, the only thing that I haven't done since I've been shaving my head is I haven't gone to get, I can't find a place anywhere around here that does one, but I've always wanted to get one of those hot shaves with a straight razor on my head. Like I've heard those are absolutely amazing, but I can't find anywhere around here that actually does one.
Wow. I don't know if I would. I'm not a dude, so I don't know what that's like about, but blade next to my face, I'll pass.
Well, I mean, it is a dude thing, because I mean, I keep a mustache goatee combo because I look ridiculous with a shaved head and no facial hair. But I think I'm eventually. I think I'm going to talk Wanderer into trying to shave his head.
I will never shave my head. No, that's not happening.
Didn't he say he's like 17?
Do what?
Yeah, I'm set, dude. No,
Yeah,
last year, between I want to say lockdown and like summer of 2019, a bunch of my friends started going bald. Like they shaved their heads and basically basically became like an army of like skinheads. And that sounds like Nazis, but we're not Nazis, I swear.
Just soccer hooligans.
But basically they all started getting something that we called a COVID cut, which is basically just shave your hair during lockdown. And my dad did it, my brother did it. I had to basically block my bedroom door with all of my drawers just so they wouldn't shave my hair, and it was scary. It was scary. I like my hair a lot. I like having my hair long. I think the longest I've ever had in my life was in August before I got it cut. But yeah, I like having my hair long.
And plus, the Wanderer really likes it too. So.
Yeah, she likes it when I've got a fringe in or without the bandana. She doesn't like the bandana for some reason.
Well, at least you're not rocking a man bun, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually do that sometimes.
Don't do that.
Her Toast's reaction to that was great. That was great.
No, I do that sometimes when I'm playing games or studying or streaming. Like sometimes I'll just have my hair in a bun if my hair's too long.
Hey, do you?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Hey, look, I was on really what I was about to just say is to be like, Toast, why don't you just tell him how you really feel about the man bun? Just go ahead and tell it. Just go ahead and throw it out.
Vent your feelings. Vent your feelings, you piece of bread.
Some people can pull it off, right? Some people can pull it off. But there's a lot of people, most of the people that I seem to run into, they should be arrested for a crime because it's terrible. It's like, it's really bad. And I'm just like,
and I don't know if you heard him. He was just like, tell me what you think, you piece of bread. And I'm like, really? Wow. Be a little more respectful to the lady. I mean, come on.
Well, I'm respectful. I just don't like being told I look like a criminal for having my hair up in the house.
Not you. No, that's why I qualified my statement. Because some people I've seen do they pull it off and it looks good, but like some people it just doesn't look good. It's like people with beards or a shaved head or things like that. Like if it just makes you look really bad, stop it. It's very simple.
I mean, let's just say that there was a reason I shaved just before the end of October because I had like a pedo must growing. I was like, I need to get to this shit.
Yeah, like you mentioned that to us like on the last show when it was all three of us, and like me and Doc were just like yeah, shave that, shave like if you want to like mute your mic and go shave it now, go ahead and do it. We understand.
I just come back and I like turn my video on. I've got shaving cream all around my head.
Like he'll just sit there on cam and just like what? While we're doing the show, I'm going to shave. So yeah, and just
welcome to the shaving show, the Sanctum Sanctorum.
There's one guy I did a video on. His name is Nick Bravo, but if people call him Corky, and I'm sure you can understand why if you watch any of his videos. But he has not only shaved his head, which I'm glad that he did. He needed to. He was one of those people. Absolutely the right thing to do. However, he also shaved all of his facial hair as well. And it looks bad.
My God, Ethan,
really bad. It looks really, really bad. He's one of these people, he needs something on his face.
Right.
And you know the YouTube creator Hitchery Productions?
Yes, I've seen that guy.
He basically went totally clinically like insane recently, and he shaved his like the entirety of the hair on his head off. Like his eyebrows, his mustache, his beard. His hair, it's all gone. It's all gone. He's having a midlife crisis.
Is he just trolling, or is he legit crazy?
I think he's legit crazy, but he's masking it off as like some massive, like elaborate jokes to get back at Keemstar. But I think he's batshit insane, or at least he's going that way. Because, dude, I feel so sorry for his goddamn kid. Yeah, he used to have pretty damn lot of hair. Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I saw like a clip of him, I think it was when him and his wife, I don't remember her name, they had just found out that they were pregnant, and they did like this
Yeah.
funny video announcing it. That's really the only thing that I've seen on him. But he, like in that video, he had a lot of hair. Like he was not balding at all. So
Yeah,
he
he just
shaved
decided
all
to
of that.
shave it all off. Yeah, I'll send you a photo over like Twitter DMs or something. It is bad. It
She's
is bad.
she's in the Discord, dude. You can send her one from there.
Yeah.
All right, I'll send it through Discord.
No, the thing about Jared's hair though is at one point he had like his Wolverine style hairdo, which he had when he was doing his martial art videos, as he calls them. Like I said, he just looks like a monkey on acid with a spastic disorder, just flailing around. Stu Dog actually did a really funny video. Did you see that video, Wanderer, that he did where he actually took one of the martial art videos and just added like a bunch of fart sounds to it? Because I mean, basically every time he moved, it looks like he was farting.
No, I don't think I did. I have watched a handful of his newer videos, but I haven't watched all of them. I'm still kind of catching up, you know.
Yeah. And then he had the mohawk, and then just one day he appeared and he had like buzzed the mohawk away, and he attempted to come back a few months ago on what he said was his dad's YouTube channel, and he made like 3 videos in the course of like a couple of months, and then I guess he got caught by mommy and daddy again, and the channel was terminated because he was making videos on someone else's channel, and he failed to realize that person's going to get notifications in their email if it's set up that way through their Gmail account of any time somebody comments on that video. And so I guess he possibly got busted by mommy and daddy. But I don't know. Well, Miss Toast, if you do you have anything? Do you have any other videos or anything you're going to be releasing soon that you would like to plug before we close everything up?
I don't have anything planned except for the weekly Minute of Lulz Cows. We're still doing that. There was 1 week where there was some technical problems, so we didn't get that one out, but we did put one out last week, and so that'll come out every week. Probably going to see if I can do another Black Toast episode with Drees, Black Eye TV. And
I love him, man. He's awesome.
He's really funny. And because there's plenty of Vaughn and G-Man to roast, they've been putting out stuff. So
I was speaking of Black Guy TV. I was watching the episode of the Geek Room where it was him, Drag, and Hannibal and Monty, and they were talking about the whole N-word saga with Shani and Rev, and I was watching it, and I was I was paying attention to it, but I was working on something, and I saw he disappeared for a second. Well, then he came back, and Hannibal and Monty were talking about they were going to be looking for sound clips to send to each other because they were going to be working on I guess a new music video or something. And out of nowhere, and how he said it was so funny. I just like how he goes, yeah, say the N-word, please. And I'm just like, what? Really? Just how he said it was what made it so funny.
Yeah.
And
he's hilarious.
Yes, he is. And shout out to him, definitely. I'm hoping to have him on sometime in the future. I love to watch his channel. I watch his live streams, as often as I can. Actually, he was doing a gaming stream the other night, and I was bouncing back and forth between that and Von Helton, which I really think I should have just not watched Von Helton. God. Now, you want to talk about somebody that you can smell through the screen? Jesus Christ!
There's a reason why they call him Stinky. So
yes, I'm slowly figuring that out.
And he's at one point apparently he was a bit of a hoarder. He still is kind of messy, where the trash behind him was so tall they started naming it. I think they named it like Mount Trashmore or something, because it was just piles of stuff. And like I have watched videos where he had an adult diaper on the floor. Because he wears diapers, which is why I made that commercial with him where I was like, "Stay dry, my friends." It was like,
oh yeah,
that's why I did that. Yeah, and the reason why I have the where it says, "And we'll be right back after these messages with the fire." Yeah. So he puts that in all of his videos, but doesn't actually ever put a commercial in there ever. It's the weirdest thing. So I was like, "This is how you do it, Vaughn." That's why I was joking that's the joke on that. So
you should do a ranch commercial with that shot of Rev.
Oh yeah, by the way, I sent you both the image of Ethan Klein in DMs.
Cool.
Hang on, let me see here. Just real quick. Come on. Oh my God. Wait a minute. You changed your thing on Discord that says I sleep in the Hellman's original mayonnaise bed.
What can I say? It's the truth. Like, I don't know what I could tell you, buddy. It's just the truth, man.
Well, I mean, just don't actually eat it in your bed or ranch in your bed, you know.
Nah, I like to let the moss grow up first. Let it get all mossy. Mold.
Some nutritional yeast on there. You're going to be all good.
Yeah. You got to let it freeze over.
Oh God, I heard the nutritional yeast thing, and I'm like, there's no such thing. There's no such
Dude, the mold is good for you. The frozen
like
over mayonnaise. It tastes like shit, but it's good for the digestive system.
Oh no, I was gonna say, tastes like penicillin. So
it tastes like my kidneys slowly fading.
Oh no, oh no, the one, oh no, the day that we did the episode where we were talking about them, she was doing a live stream, and she was just sitting in front of a bunch of McDonald's, and I'm like, dude,
he lives in that bed. Like I
might have to go into a Shani stream one time and just say, "Hello, Shani. Would you like to participate in sleeping with me on the mayonnaise bed?"
Hello, I'm taking a survey on creating a new bed. Would you rather
This
sleep
is a serious inquiry about the Hellman's original mustard.
Do you do you not put raisins in it? I need to know this.
Be like, I'm just like to come across like totally serious. Would you rather sleep in A, Hellman's original mayonnaise, B, ranch, C, barbecue sauce, or D, all of the above?
Would you like to sleep in a coleslaw?
Punishment for your
war crimes.
Do what, Toast?
I would pick barbecue sauce because the other two would be like, it stinks. Like if you leave it out, it smells like throw up.
Nah, barbecue sauce stings my goddamn skin. So I'm gonna have to pick the what's it called again? Tartar sauce on this one.
Tartar sauce. I picked Chick-fil-A sauce. How about that?
Cheesed bed.
Yeah, Scott said he wants to sleep in cheese.
Start throwing it out, throwing sauces out.
Let's sleep in the cheese sauce. The cheese sauce of doom.
The McDonald's branded cheeseburger bed.
The Big Mac sauce. How about that?
Oh my god!
That's basically just Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah.
I mean, be like
with 5,000 calories added to it.
Yeah.
Every time you sleep in it, you gain weight.
and then, you gain weight because it just starts like sticking to you, and then once you go take a shower, and then once you go take a shower, you drop 200 pounds.
Starts doing an auto mukbang video basically in your sleep.
Right. Well, Wanderer, I know you have got a big test tomorrow, and I'm sure that Miss Toast has got some things that she needs to take care of. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close and lock the Sanctum for today for the bonus show. Miss Toast, thank you so very much for coming on and joining us. This has been a tremendous honor to have you on.
Thanks for inviting me. It was a great time. And thanks for liking my content. I mean, thanks for watching.
Oh, absolutely. You're one of the ones that I have. I mean, I sub to quite a few channels, but and a lot of them I have the bell turned on for just some of them. But there's a couple of handfuls of channels that I get all the notifications for, and it's like as soon as I see like, oh, she's got another one. Okay, let me see. So
I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Wanderer, do you have anything you want to add before we close everything up?
Well, it's been an honor being on the show. It's really kind of calmed my nerves for my test tomorrow. And yeah, it's been fun having you here, Toast, and I hope to see you again one time. I'm sure we can put together like a panel show or something and have you here. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And apart from that, stay safe and eat mayonnaise.
Stay away from the ranch. Oh yeah, definitely. The next time we have a panel show, we'll definitely invite her back. But Toast, you have an open invitation to come back anytime you would like to, or if you just happen to see us streaming on a Saturday and you would like to join us, just shoot me a DM and I'll be glad to let you in. But I'll tell you, like I tell everyone, you are most welcome back here on the Sanctum.
Thank you very much.
Well, no problem. Well, guys, thank you so much for everyone tuning in. I'd like to thank everyone who showed up today. Scud, Stew Dog, Sterno, Faith, Dumpkey, everyone like that. Thank you guys so much. Now, remember, the next show will be on the 14th, and that will be with myself, Wanderer, and Doc, all of us back together again. The work schedule has changed a little bit, and we're still working out the details as far as getting all shows in for the month, but we are going to get that taken care of. But we will be back on the 14th to reopen the Sanctum for you. And thank you all once again for your love and support. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, get the notification bell on, give the stream a thumbs up. We really do appreciate all the love and support. We will see you on the 14th. But until then, my friends, as always, peace be with you.